What's up, buddy? So today we're taking a look at CRT filters or shaders in RetroArch. Yeah, this time we're going to have a look at the PlayStation 1 games. I have already done a previous video with this one where we went through 2D retro game. And yeah, we're starting here with Final Fantasy VII. I thought I'm gonna go through the same filters as I did with the previous video. Not all of them are gonna work super great for this specifically here, but yeah, this should be a pretty good comparison between my older video here. So yeah, here we have no filters at all here. I am using PCSX rearmed as an emulator, and yeah, I'm using the default settings, so it should be somewhat close to how it looks on original hardware. So yeah, let's start the first filter here. So let's see, where do we find the filters? Well, we need to go down to shaders. Then this needs to be activated here if it isn't, and then click on load preset here. So there we go. Go to this folder here and then CRT, and all of the filters here is in this folder that we're gonna look at here. So the first one is Cathode Retro No Signal. So here we go. Now is that loaded, and yeah, this looks pretty nice here. Here is how it looks in the menus. We do have a little bit of a glow effect here. So it, well, I guess it would be some specific TVs that's maybe not the best quality there. And also for the 2D background or environment here, it looks pretty nice. But next up, let's have a look at the combat. There we go. Nice. Let's use some magic. And yeah, things blend in pretty well here with these filters. And well, there are a few of these down that we are gonna go through. But yeah, let's end this one here. I do also want to go to the next screen here where we have a moving 2D environment. But yeah, for the menus here specifically, I'm not so sure it worked that well with the glow effect here. But well, I guess some might like that. So yeah, here we have the moving 2D environment. And yeah, it looks pretty good there. But well, let's have a look at the next filter here. Alright, well, this is still the old filter, and here is the new one. And this is CRT Helion Sync Composite. And yeah, this is a fairly nice one, or I think it looks pretty good here. So this one kind of emulates how it looks on an old, well, with a composite cable here. So yeah, the colors might be a little bit muted, and things are not super sharp here, but I think it works pretty well actually. And here's how the menus look here, which also looks pretty nice. We don't have that same glow thing that we have in the previous one. And yeah, I think this one works very well here. Let's also have a look at the combat. There it is. And yeah, it's not as contrasty as well as the previous one. And yeah, I think this one looks really good actually. Yeah, not being super sharp as well is something I usually find to work pretty well with, which would also emulate fairly well to how it would look on original hardware. Here we go, go get him. Alright, well, we got him. Alright, and let's also go to the next screen there and have a look at a moving 2D environment here. And yeah, like I said, it looks pretty nice, this one. So yeah, a really good filter, this one. But let's go to the next one. Alright, well, here we are still on the old filter, and yeah, let's switch over to the new one. Here we go. And yeah, this is new Pixie CRT. And well, now we get to these filters that kind of warps the image. I'm not so sure this works super well for this one. I guess it might be how some not very good old TVs maybe looked, so it might be fairly accurate if one wants to go towards that, but yeah, we do have this glow, and well, it doesn't exactly look amazing, but I guess that's kind of the whole point with this one. It's also very contrasty here, so yeah, that's also a thing that might not be the best for this game specifically here, given that this game is also quite, well, it's not the brightest and most colorful game. Anyway, let's go over to combat here. Yeah, I think still it works alright here, but yeah, it is not it's not super well, it's kind of a bit dark, everything. Lovely. Let's go with some ice magic there. Let's go. Nice. And here we go, next thing here, and yeah, it's definitely not as bright here when we get to this part here. Well, all of this is it's not all that super bright. Well, I think it still works, but maybe not my favorite game, favorite filter for this game. Anyway, let's have a look at the next one. Alright, well, again, this is the old one here, so let's switch over to the new filter, and here we go. Alright, so this is CRT GDV Mini Ultra Trinitron, and yeah, that's a name there, and well, this one is pretty nice actually. It's quite nice and colorful, and yeah, here's also how the menus look. So we do have a little bit of a glow effect here, but not too much, and I think it looks pretty good here. Same with the text itself there, but well, let's get over to the combat here. And yeah, I did also quite like this filter as well there, with the 2D retro game. It works pretty well here as well. Got him. At least if we want this warping of the screen here. I'm maybe not the biggest fan of this effect, but I think can be pretty nice there. Alright then, let's have a look at the moving 2D background. Here it is. Yeah, it also looks very nice there. And yeah, now we get over to the next filters are gonna be those with TV borders. So yeah, let's have a look at that next. Alright, well, here's the old filter, and let's switch over to the new one. Here we are. And yeah, this is CRT Maximus Royal Fast Mode. And yeah, this one is pretty nice as well. This one do, however, crop the image a little bit here, so we don't see fully to the side here. Guess that would be possible to adjust this with the emulator there, so we get a little bit more of corners to the side here for the game here. So yeah, that would be something one can do something about there, but that's how it is by default. Other than that, I quite like this filter. You do have a little, yeah, the edges of the screen kind of reflects to the kind of the TV there, or the side of the what is supposed to be the TV. I think it looks pretty good. But it's also quite contrasted compared to some of the other filters. That's maybe not the best option for for this game, but I guess that depends on what one liked there. There we go, got him. But yeah, the little reflection effect there looks really nice with these ones. It's a lot more noticeable here when we have a lot of things moving around. And yeah, this filter, it's a pretty nice one, but maybe not perfect for this game specifically here. But yeah, let's have a look at the next one. Alright, here's still the old one, and let's switch over to the last new one. There we go. And yeah, this is VT220, and this kind of emulates how it looks on an old monitor here. So it is quite nice looking. We do have the entire screen and everything, unlike the previous one, and it's also pretty sharp, and well, it looks pretty nice here, I would say. But yeah, we do also have this kind of the reflection to the side of the screen there, but it's not, the effect is not as much as it was with the previous one there. I think it still looks pretty nice. You also have this glare here in kind of the screen here, which I think kind of adds a little bit to this filter here, so I quite like this one. This one is also not as contrasty as the previous one there. So yeah, this works quite nicely here for this game. Alright, well, let's eat some ice. Got him. Alright, well, that was the last filter there, and yeah, I'm also gonna have a look at one other game, which is a lot more brighter and colorful compared to this one, so yeah, let's switch over to that one. Alright, well, here we go, and yeah, for the next game I'm gonna have a look at Crash Bandicoot, and here it is without any filters here, and we are also gonna do this a lot faster here as well, so yeah, I'm not gonna spend as much time there for each filter, so either way, let's have a look at the first one. Alright, well, here we go, here's the first one, and I'm gonna do this in the same order here. So yeah, this works pretty well for this one here. It's quite contrasty, but well, I think it still works fairly well here for this game, so yeah, it looks fairly nice here. And well, let's go over to the next filter here. Alright, well, here we go. This was the one that kind of emulates how it looks on with a composite cable here. And again, I think this one looks pretty nice here for this game. The colors are not as nice maybe, but well, I guess that's a bit of a point here with those old type of TV connection there. But I guess that would also be pretty accurate to how it would be on original hardware. So yeah, either way, let's have a look at the next one here. Alright, well, here we go. This is the one there that was kind of quite contrasty, and now we also get to these ones that warps the screen here. And I'm not so sure these work all that well for these types of game here. I did find these to be pretty nice for the 2D retro games here, but these are kind of a bit too contrasty here for these ones here. So yeah, maybe not amazing for 3D PlayStation 1 games like these ones. Anyway, let's have a look at the next one. Alright, well, here we go. And yeah, this one works quite a lot better here. Still think maybe not amazing here, but no, it still looks alright. And well, I'm pretty sure some might like this quite contrasty image here. So yeah, I think it still works pretty nicely. It's also quite colorful. Also, ouch, rude. But alright, well, let's go for the next filter here. Alright, well, here we go. This is the one there with the TV borders, and yeah, I quite like this one. It is still somewhat contrasty here, which maybe not to everybody's liking here, but no, I think it still looks pretty nice. And we also have this the reflection here of the edges of the screen here, which I think works pretty well. So yeah, pretty nice one. But let's also have a look at the last one here. Alright, well, here's the last one, and it's the one with the old monitor here. And yeah, this one works very well for this game as well. So it's not all that contrasty, and yeah, it looks pretty nice here actually. So I quite like this filter here. But this is the last one, and well, I guess this will be it for this video. You all stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!